After a month of the rumors and speculation of whether Usman's going to be able to fight March 18th or not, and all the rumors saying that Usman's not ready, Leon might have to fight someone else, that he might have to fight Masvidal or Bilal. Now we know that Usman is ready for March 18th, and Edwards versus Usman 3 is next. That's the fight that will happen next, and that's the fight that must happen, especially for Leon's legacy. This matchup is important. It's important for both guys, but it's especially important for Leon Edwards because he has a lot to prove, as does Usman. But I mean, both guys have a lot to prove, but Leon, he's got to prove that that was not a fluke, because in that second fight with Usman, I mean, okay, he lost the first fight and was losing the second fight in identical fashion until the fifth round. He had a rocky comeback, head kick KO, right? But many people still don't believe in Leon. They think that that was just like, I don't know, lightning in a bottle. And they feel like, oh yeah, it's just a fluke. Usman's going to come back and undo that. So Leon can't move on and have another title defense against someone else without fighting Usman. He has to beat Usman again for people to stop doubting him. Otherwise, people are going to be like, well, Usman was winning, so they're not going to care who else he beats until he beats Usman again. And then Usman, what he has to prove in this fight, because there's people who's also doubting him, even though he's the favorite. There's people doubting him, saying that he's washed. He's 35, going to be 36, and he got knocked out. He'll never be the same. His chin is done. So there's narratives that Usman is just washed, won't be the same. And Usman has to prove when he comes back that he is still just as dangerous as he was in his reign as champion, if not better. So I can't wait to see what happens and how this trilogy unfolds. I do favor Usman to win this fight. I always side with Usman. He's one of my favorites, but I always pick him. I can never go against him. Also, given how the second fight played out, he was so dominant. And I just think if Usman is anything like he was in that rematch and his entire title reign, if he's not deterred by that knockout loss, which I don't think he will, I think Leon Edwards is in trouble. But, Leon does have a chance. He does have a chance. I mean, he'll definitely come back more prepared this time. And this time, altitude's not going to be an issue. And he's going to be ready. He's going to be ready. And he might come back with a better game plan and ready to give a better performance against Usman. And he's going to come in with that drive and motivation to prove that that was no fluke and that was just one bad night with a good ending, but this time he's going to look to give a good performance with a good ending. So, we shall see what happens. Leon did have some good moments in that fight before the knockout. I mean, round one, first man to take Usman down and had his back, had Usman in a dominant position. No one's done that to Usman before. Round four, I mean, Leon lost the round, but he had Usman's back against the cage. He had him against the fence, almost took him down again, but Usman grabbed the fence to stay upright. He arguably could have took Usman down twice in that fight. And then round five, he kicked Usman to the body. It seemed like Usman faked a nut shot, and then that led to the eventual head kick. So Rocky is dangerous. He has ways he could win this fight again. He could. There's path to victory for Leon Edwards, and the path to victory for Leon is not narrow. But I just think Kamaru Usman is the better fighter of the two. And he kind of proved that. I know he lost the rematch, but he won the first fight the way he did through his wrestling. And in the rematch, Leon, after round one, he had no answer. He had a hard time dealing with the forward pressure of Usman. Usman was able to press him back, get him against the cage, and then take him down. And he did the same thing every single round. Leon was unable to stop the takedowns, and he struggled getting back to his feet. So that proves that stylistically, Usman is a nightmare matchup for Leon Edwards. And if in 7 years, Leon couldn't make that difference with his defensive wrestling, what difference is 6 months going to make? I don't know if it's going to make much of a difference. I think maybe in this one, Leon could make an adjustment of being first, not letting Usman press him back. Maybe he could have more rounds where they're striking instead of wrestling. Maybe he could stifle the wrestling of Usman and outstrike him, win more rounds, and maybe even edge a decision. I could imagine Leon maybe winning like a close decision, maybe. But ultimately, I think Usman's going to kind of do much of what he did last time. It won't be easy because, like I said, Leon will come back more ready, more prepared, and with better adjustments. So I'm not expecting Usman to have like a cakewalk performance over Leon. Leon's the champ. He's got momentum. He's got confidence, and I respect Leon because he got the win over Usman, which is not easy to do. He beat Usman fair and square. Okay, I do not doubt Leon, but like I said, I just think Usman is the better fighter and stylistically a bad matchup. And I just think, 9 out of 10 times that kick doesn't land. And if it doesn't land, then I don't know. I don't think Leon wins. So he can win. It's not likely. And I'm gonna say Kamaru Usman comes back and wins a decision, but I could also see Usman maybe catching Leon Edwards this time because y'all must have forgot Usman has power too. Usman can crack as well. Okay, he's got power in that right hand. He can use the threat of the takedowns to set up, his punches. He's done that before. That's how he knocked out Masvidal. And that's how he could potentially knock out Leon. But to be safe, I'm going to say Usman wins a decision, probably 49-46. Maybe Leon wins 2 rounds, but Usman, his rounds that he wins of the 3 are going to be a lot more dominant, whereas Leon might have 2 close rounds and Usman will have 3 dominant rounds. And Usman ultimately regains the belt and, gets the best of 3 against Leon Edwards. And I hope Usman wins, man, because he's one of my favorite fighters. And this is not a biased prediction, obviously. Like I said, Leon has a chance to win, and I will not be surprised if he wins, if he beats Usman by decision, or even if he knocks him out again. Anything is possible. Anything can happen. But the odds do favor Usman based off how the first 2 fights went, how the second fight went before the head kick. Because if Usman got through that last 50 seconds, he's 2-0 over Leon Edwards. So if he had already beat him twice and they're doing this trilogy, you would think that Usman's going to go 3-0. So yeah, I think Usman's going to end this rivalry 2-1, and new Africa will rise again. And Usman will upset Leon in his home country, even though Usman's the favorite. Leon's the underdog again. In London, they're all going to expect Leon to win, and Usman's going to come over there and kind of spoil that, I believe, and he's going to once again reign atop the welterweight division and be a 2-time champ like George St. Pierre, like Matt Hughes, and continue his run of greatness, go on another winning spree. And then after that, I mean, who does Usman fight? If he wins this, Khamzat Chimaev is a fight that I want to see for Kamaru Usman. That'd be a very interesting matchup. And if Leon loses, then he can finally fight Jorge Masvidal or maybe shut Bilal Muhammad up. But he has a chance to now fight Masvidal if he loses the belt. But as long as he's the champ, him and Masvidal will never settle that rivalry. If Leon wins, same thing. He can fight Khamzat or maybe another legacy fight with like Colby Covington or something. But we shall see. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Who do you guys have winning this trilogy? Who will get the best of 3? Rocky or the Nigerian Nightmare? Like and subscribe, and peace out.